Billy Boy was a friend of mine. He was skinny as a rail and 6'9". If he turned sideways and stuck out his tongue, he'd look like a zipper. Billy stopped by my house one fine day. I was so surprised when I heard him say, "Mark, I done fell in love with me a woman." I said, "Billy, that's great," 'cause I'd never seen him date. I thought he was batting from the other side of the plate. I said, "Billy, who's the lucky gal?" He said, "It's Sally Smith, and she's so pretty and she's never been kissed. I love her so much, I just don't know what to do." Now Sally was a source of Billy's love and pride, but she was 4 feet tall and twice as wide. And Sally wasn't obese, she was fat. Billy Boy said, "What do I do at sparking a gal I am so new?" So I said, "Billy Boy, just do what I tell you to do. You gotta catch her alone and put your hands on her shoulders and look her in the eye and do not falter and say, 'Sally, I'm yearning for you.'" Well, at the bean supper down at the Baptist church, Billy looked around, his eyes began to search, and there she was, all gussied up in a white silk dress. She looked like a sow at slop, and after 20 plates of beans, the silk was a-flyin', if you know what I mean. It looked like a Saturday night back porch jamboree. Now Billy Boy approached her from behind. His eyes were burning and he was half blind, but he walked up to where Sally stood alone. He put his hands on her shoulders and he cocked his head. He looked her in the eye and then he said, Sally, I'm a-urinating for you." Well, 3 days later when he finally came to, I went to see Billy in the ICU. And he said, "Mark, I done give up on women. I'll stick with my dog, at least I know where I stand. She's the sweetest border collie in all the land. If I say something wrong, I know she'll forgive. Women sure are pretty, my goodness, what a sight. But I'd get beat up purty near every night. So no thanks, Sally, I'll just keep my dog." Now Billy Boy was a very good friend of mine, a truer friend I could never find. And Sally with her huge caboose fell in love with Jay Bush, and everyone lived so happy ever after.